So software is often an overlooked aspect of running an online business. And to be honest, in this day and age, there are just tons and tons of software that you can use to help you streamline your business. So I've tried tons of different software and I always seem to go back to the same one. So in today's video, I'm just going to talk to you about my go-to software to help me run my business on a day-to-day timeline. Okay, so let's start talking about websites first. For creating websites, I use a variety of platforms. For informational sites, I normally use the open source WordPress platform. For a few of my clients, I've used Weebly before, which works great. And then I use normally, about 90% of my sites, I use a premium theme from Elegant Themes called Divi, right, which is a very, very popular theme right now, and it gives me a lot of flexibility. And then if I want to do a membership site, I use a membership software called DAP, and I will leave a link to all of this stuff in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. But I use DAP because I think it's probably one of the two most powerful membership systems on the market today compared to just about everything. It integrates practically with everything, has a bit of a learning curve, but what I love. Now, when it comes to e-commerce, 9 times out of 10, I will use one of two platforms. Shopify, as you can probably imagine, and BigCommerce. I think they are both great platforms and they both have a lot of pros and cons, and they hit different markets. So 9 times out of 10, I use those. I've also used, it was called AmeriCommerce, it's now called Spark Commerce or SparkPay. Capital One owns it now. I've used 3D Cart, also works really well. I don't use WordPress for e-commerce sites normally, so you're not going to see me using WooCommerce most times. I just think there's too much work involved for what most people need. For email, I use Google G Suite. It used to be called Google Apps, now called Google G Suite. Now, what I love about this platform, for as little as $5 a month, you get a very powerful email system with really good spam protection. But the really beauty of it is you can actually create aliases. So if I want to do info at and Chris at and support at, I can have it come to the exact same email address. Add on top of this that I can actually add in additional domains and I'll have them come to the exact same email is fantastic. So if I have different e-commerce sites, it will all come into the exact same email. And the beauty is, as your business grows and you bring people on, then it's easy to add additional users onto Google G Suite. For keyword research, when I'm doing it, I use one of two systems. I either use Longtail Pro or I use Market Samurai. So for simple, put your keywords in, let it generate, and kind of get a ranking of which ones will be easy to rank for. Longtail Pro is probably the easiest. I also have Market Samurai, which is a little bit older, and I would say a lot more detailed in what it provides. They both work absolutely great. So for all the screen capture videos that I do, I use one of two programs depending on what platform I'm on. So when I'm on a Mac, I will use ScreenFlow, which is a $99 program, and I can actually use it as a linear editing tool as well for like videos like I'm doing right now. If I'm on a PC, Camtasia Studio is what I recommend. It's a really powerful platform. They have it for Mac as well, but I tend to just use ScreenFlow when I'm doing that. But they're both great. I think Camtasia runs $199 on the PC and $99 on the Mac. So for accounting, even though I have my wife do most of my accounting work, I do use a couple platforms to help me keep track of timing and actually sending out invoices a lot of times. And I start out with FreshBooks, which is still a great platform. I still recommend it. And I just recently started using Billy, which has a little bit more other features that would be useful for me. But if you're just starting out, check out FreshBooks. I think it would be, they have a free tier, which is, at least they used to have a free tier, which is great to start out for your first 3 clients. When it comes to taking payments, I normally either take a check from my bigger clients, and for some of my smaller clients that want to pay by credit card, I usually just use Square. It allows me to send out recurring invoices and have them pay it. It's worked really, really well for me. And it even has a little card reader I can take with me if I want to as well. For spreadsheets, documents, PowerPoint presentations, I use a variety. I use the Office suite, which is Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I use the Mac suite, which is Pages, Keynote, and others. And I even use some of the ones that come with my G Suite account. Whatever one works for you, whichever one you're most comfortable with, just use that. So one piece of software that I use that is not tech related at all is this right here, which is a notebook. The ability to write down your thoughts, to take quick notes, works a lot better for me than using something, let's say my smartphone or my tablet to take notes on. And from a cognitive perspective, I feel like I remember things better when I actually take the time to write them down versus just typing them into a spreadsheet somewhere. So anyone starting a business can do very well with just some of the least expensive pieces of software available to you. You don't need a lot to start out, and in fact, I don't recommend using a lot until your business starts to grow and you need to scale a little bit quicker, and that's what these tools are used for. As an example, for the longest time, I tracked everything on a spreadsheet, and as my business started to grow, I needed to do more than just use a spreadsheet. So if you're looking to get started, don't overthink it. Just use the software you already have on your computer or your Mac and just get started today. So hopefully you find this video useful. And in my last video, I showed you some of the technology that I use even when I'm traveling overseas. So go ahead and check that out. It might show up around here somewhere, or you'll have a link down in the description. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Check out some of the software below, and I'll see you in the next video.